Hello everyone, it is KP the Math G. Good to have you here. Appreciate everyone who does tune in to my lessons. I'm very appreciative of you, and I want you to know that you're very much appreciated. And so, having done over 100 videos, it does mean a lot to me. I want to talk a little bit this afternoon or evening, whatever, about the 2005 free response question 1. You are given f at x is equal to 1/4 plus sine pi x, and you're given that g at x is equal to 4 raised to the negative x. Alright, these are the two graphs right here. G is this function here. This happens to be g at x is equal to 4 to the negative x. Anything that has something like this, a number bigger than 1, and then a negative exponent here, that is going to take a dive down like this. Okay. Alright, that is what that's all about there. And then of course f is this function up here, 1/4 plus sine pi x. Alright, so the first question is find the area of region R. Okay, R is this little section here, and of course we know that if we were to start a partition here, I'm going to erase this R for the time being. If we were to start something here, like so here, like that, okay, and then come down like this, we know that we are going from 0, but to what are we going to? Where is this? Okay, we need to find this intersection right here. Alright, so what we're going to have to do, what you'll have to do, especially if you are taking the exam, and by the way, if you have not taken that mock exam yet, you're getting ready to take it very soon now. And then I'm sure that you're going to be taking that very soon if you haven't already taken it. So hang in there, don't give up. I mean, I know that sometimes you're a senior, you're ready to graduate. That's the foremost thing in your life right now, and it would be mine too. But going through all this, if you go through a whole year of this, or almost a year, I'd want to do well on it if I were you. Okay, so let's keep it up, keep going. So let's see here. Remember now that we are only interested in this region right here. Alright, so we only want this region right in here, right there, at that I sub interval right there. So what we got to do is we have this whole unit here that comes up to this pink line here. That's g at x right there. Alright, we know that we're integrating here from 0 to something. Alright, and then we got to subtract off this whole right here because we only want this part right here, so it's always going to be the higher one minus the lower one. In this case, it's going to be g at x. Let me get something that writes a little better than that. Okay, pardon me just a little bit. G at x, alright, minus f at x. Alright, that's what you want to do. Now we just got to find out what this is and dx here. Okay, since I've got g at x being first, I've already graphed these for you. So I've already drawn the graph of those, and that is what it looks like. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to keep zooming in on this here, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but that is what it looks like when you graph that there. Okay, I'm trying to get it where you can see that. I don't know if you can see that at all, but needless to say, that's what we're doing here. Now, I want to go back here to my y equals, and I have a y sub 0. Alright, yours may have a y sub 1. Let me see, I've got an old calculator here. Yeah, some of y'all have a y sub 1, and yeah, I've already graphed that on this calculator too. I have a y sub 0, so I'm just going to use that. This is from my phone. I'm going to use that one there. Alright, so I got y sub 0. So this is, instead of g at x, this is actually y sub 0. That is the 4 to the negative x. Okay, y sub 1 is equal to this one here. Alright, so 1/4 plus sine pi x, and I have those already in my calculator. I've already drawn the graph. Now what you do is once you get this here, you want to see where that intersection is, and all I had to do is, once I got those drawn, let me see, I'm going to hit the graph here, and once I did that, I have on my calculator, of course this is my phone calculator, but I've got, this is the TI-84, I want to say XML. Anyway, I downloaded it. Okay, and there is a word called intersect right there, and when I hit intersect, it tells me where the points of intersection are. Alright, some of you may have to put an X on the on one of them and then an X on the other, and then hit guess and then enter, and then you will get that, and you're looking for the X value. This X value happens to be, alright, and one thing about that I like about this calculator is it shows where all the places of intersection are. I really like that. Download it for free. You don't even have to pay any money to do that, and it's really simple. I think I went to the what do you call it, the store, whatever you call that, and that tells off on me, well, the Play Store, and I literally typed it in to see if I could find it, and I did. TI-84 Plus is what I believe I typed in, and I got this calculator here, and my oh my, it really does wonders for me. Now this answer here, we know this is 1. This is actually 0.1, so 0, 0, point. See, let me find something that writes here, because I'm running out of. Alright, so 0.1, I want to say 0.17. I want to see what did I find it to be. 0.17822. 0.17822. Alright, that's what I want to do when I do this integrand here. So I want 0.17822, and of course in this case here, instead of g at x, I'm going to have, this is going to be this right here, what I have, 0.17822, and this is going to be the g at x. I can fix it where it can have the y0 minus y1 like that, dx like that, and I can show you how you can go to that once you put this, but you've got to put it in your calculator to graph it first and find that point of intersection. That's important that you understand how to do that right there. Okay, so this this point right here, we're going from 0 to this point here. Remember, we can move this thing from side to side, and we can get that to just this point here, and that's what we're doing there. Now, I want to show you how to go about doing this here. Let me back out of this just for a little bit. What you do is, in mine, you know, on the original one, I think I've got an old one that is a TI-84, but there is a bar key up here, and if you can hit that bars, okay, okay, I'm gonna hit bars right here, okay, like that, and I don't see, okay, bars, and then you want to scroll over and hit Y bars. And that's what you're doing. You're putting the function in just like that. And then you can highlight the one that you want. In my case, it's Y sub 0 on my phone. This one starts with Y sub 1. But anyway, that's what I have. And then you can just punch that in, minus this one here, and it really works well. So I've already got that. I don't know if you can see this. I wish you could. Let's see here. Yes, okay. It's so small, I doubt very seriously you're going to be able to see that on the... I doubt very seriously you're going to be able to see that. But I'll just show you right here. I've got it like this right here in the green. If you can do that, now if you have to type this in, you don't remember how to do this, you can simply make sure you type this one in first, minus, put this in parentheses here. I'll start off with a parentheses, put this in there, minus, parentheses, this, and then close parentheses, and then dx. I did that before. Let's see. Yeah, I've already done that before on this one. Yeah, okay. And it's going to be a really small number. I mean, you can plug that in, but you got to make sure you have the right number of parentheses. But if you can somehow do this, this will save you a whole lot of time. If you can't remember how to do this, just make sure you put this one in first, minus this one. Put parentheses around this because you have more than one term here. Close your parentheses there, and then dx on the end, and then you can hit enter, and you should come up with this answer right here. Okay, I've got 0.064. I mean, yeah, let's see what I have here. 0.06. Yeah, 0.064, that's what I have. Alright, 0.064. It's very small, it's a very small number. So this is going to be equal to, let me get my green out again, about equal to 0.064, I want to say that's a 7. And I think I have 0.0647, and I think some people, well, let's see, 0.06. Whoo, I messed that up. 0.0647. There it is. Don't leave that 0 out like KP's Math G just did. Alright, and then that's about equal to 0.065 if you want that. Either one of these two answers will be sufficient. You can always go, if you're doing the AP class, if you're taking calculus, it's probably you're probably going to round up to 0.07. If you're not, then if you're in the high school and a senior and you're taking that AP exam, you have to go out 3 spaces. So those of you who are taking regular calculus, I really don't mean to leave you out. I am sorry about that if I do, and I deeply apologize for that. Okay. All right. So anyway, 0.065 if you're in the AP, doing the AP exam, but you do have to get that point of intersection first, and then you can figure this out very quickly. Also, you have to, for the second part, alright, I'm going to erase this right here because we are also finding the area, okay, and this is the reason for this type of problem, I'm telling you, because at the first, the G is on top of the F function, and now in this one the F is over the top of the G function. That's the only reason I can see, and learning how to find points of intersection here. Alright, so in this case here, we're finding the, let me find the area of S. Okay, this is the second problem now. And now it's not going to be from 1. We still got to figure out this point of intersection, and I want to say that that is actually at 1. Okay, yeah. 1 should be more, okay, right in here then. So 1 is here. Okay. Alright, that's it right there. Alright, so we're going from, not from 0, but from this, we're looking at this area here, so now I can just do this, and this, right here, come down here, alright, again, the top, minus the bottom. This is the part you want right here, okay? So it's the highest minus this part right here that we don't want. Alright, so again, we're going from 0.17822 to 1 this time. Alright, this is 1 comma something, I don't know what it is. But this time it is F minus G, like that. And that's what you remember about area. This is actually not a real difficult problem, other than the fact you just have to find these points of intersection. Okay, that's really what, and you're not looking for the Y value, you're looking at just the X value here. Okay, that's what you're talking about. Okay, so from here now, from this point on this way, okay, that isolative interval can move no further than this point here. We're only looking at this area up in here. Alright? Okay. And in this case here, if you want to do it this way, you still would do from 0.17822 to 1, but you would do, I say, I have y at 0, so in this case it's y sub 1 minus y sub 0 dx here. Y sub 1 being F, this would be y sub 1, and this would be y sub 0. Okay, kind of keep that in that. In your case, this would be y sub 1, this would be y sub 2. On some of your calculators, you may not have a y sub 0 on your calculator, and you might, I don't know. But that is the idea behind this here. Okay, and then you could do that again, and then of course you would come up with your answer to be about equal to, and it's a little bit bigger number, but not much. Okay, it's about 0.410, and that's what you would get there if you did this one. First, you need to know how to find these points of intersection. You need to know what you're going from and to. Okay, that's what you got to be able to do here. and then you got to be able to know how to set this up. And again, if you don't remember how to do this, you do this one first. I put this in parentheses first, minus this one here, and then dx on there. Alright, and then you would be able to do it either way. Alright, so you would be alright if you did that. Okay, so in other words, what I'm saying is you can go from 0 to, from 0.178 to 2 to 1, and you could do, in this case, parentheses 1/4 plus sine of x, sine of pi x. We don't want to leave out that pi, and you actually might want to close that parentheses right there, and then open up another. So minus, okay, let's see, minus, okay, so if you want to open up parentheses, you can. You may not have to. Okay, 4 to the negative x. Close that parentheses there. And let's see, we may need one more parentheses here to match how many parentheses we have here. Okay, we got a pair here and a pair here, and then a pair outside here. Otherwise, you're going to get an error message. We have to make sure that you have the same pair, same number of pairs. Okay, if you do that, you should be all right. Let's see. Again, I don't think you have to worry about, since that's just one term, and you can get away with that. So 0.410 is what I got. It actually goes out to 362, but still, okay, like that there. That does take a while to really just talk about that. So I'm probably going to take a little time, since this I might run over. My old camera can't go but probably about at maximum. Talk about max and mins. Well, the maximum time that it can go is probably about, at best, 32 minutes. And I took a little while to discuss these first two problems. There's actually one more part, and that's revolving around the line y equals -1. It's not very difficult, but I may just go ahead and reserve that for another time. This is quite a bit. If you can kind of figure out how to do this, learn how to do this, get somebody to show you how. Google it, or I can show you again, but since I have a different type of calculator, it may be more difficult for you to do, for me to try to show you on something that's different than what you have. Okay, but anyway, it's still the same principle. Once again, find that point of intersection here, find this point of intersection. You only need this point to do from 0 to this one the first time. G minus F. The second time is F minus G. Okay, and that's basically what I'm just showing you here, is just area. We will do that volume of revolution. If I knew I had enough time, I would go ahead and do that, but I'm not 100% sure that I have a whole lot of time for that one. So I will reserve that for another lesson altogether. Okay, this is KP the Math G. If you will, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Please subscribe. Please hit that like button if you like to. That just makes me feel good, but that's up to you if you want to do any of that. As long as you learn this, that's all that matters to me, really. And then, of course, if you want to make a comment, please feel free to make a comment on this lesson here, or any other lesson that you may have heard. All right. I appreciate it, everyone, once again. It's KP the Math G signing off. Have a great day.